Good morning, class 8 students of chemistry. Today we are again looking at the revision of the first chapter, matter and its composition. And children, if you remember, children, how we had studied last time. In the video 1, we had studied about the matter, the important characteristics of matter, the examples of what is matter and what is not considered as matter. Then we studied and discussed about the states of matter, and after revising this, we had also revised the main characteristics of the kinetic theory of matter. We studied in detail and revised the characteristics of solid and that of liquid. Now today in video 2, we begin by studying in detail about the characteristics of gases. Now children, if you see the characteristics of gases, a gas has a definite mass. The gas has a definite mass. For example, if we fill the gas in a balloon and we weigh this balloon, or we try to find the weight of this balloon, then we will definitely get a certain weight of the balloon in grams. So we see that gas has definite mass, but it neither has definite shape nor definite volume, because the gas, it takes the shape of the container in which it is filled, and it spreads around the size of the container in which it is filled. The gases can occupy the whole space that is available to them. We can check here. Then we see that there are large vacant spaces between the molecules of a gas. You can see here the molecules of a gas, and there are large vacant spaces in between the molecules of a gas. And the attractive forces between the molecules of a gas are negligible, or the attractive forces are almost not there. The gases have no free surface, because the gases occupy the whole of the space in which they are filled. So there is no free surface of the gas. Then we see the gases show the property of diffusion. The gases, they can mix from one medium to another. For example, children, if we open a jar of perfume in a perfume shop, and you are standing a little distance away inside the shop, after some time you will be able to smell the diffused scent of the gas that has come to you. So we see that gases show the property of diffusion or mixing into other gases. Then gases have very low densities as compared to solids and liquids. In solids and liquids, we had seen that in solids the density is very, very high, because the molecules of a solid are very close to each other. Likewise, in liquids, what we saw, children, that here also the molecules are comparatively less close to each other in liquids. And in gases, finally, children, we see that in gases there are lot of spaces, and there are lot of vacant spaces between the molecules of the gas. And so the gases, they have very low densities as compared to the solids and the liquids. Then we see the molecules in a gas, they have high kinetic energy. There is no effect of gravity on the motion of the molecules of a gas. They move freely, and the gases, they exert equal pressure in all the directions on the wall of a container. We see a container here, and so the gas molecules, they exert equal pressure on all the walls of the container. The gases are highly compressible, and due to large vacant spaces between the molecules of a gas, the gases can be compressed to a large extent. Now, children, let us see an experiment, and this experiment, children, is to demonstrate the strength of attractive force between the particles of different kinds of matter. For example, we take an iron nail, we take a piece of chalk, and we take a rubber band, as you can see here. When we try to break these with a hammer, if we take a hammer and we try to break these one by one, then we observe that it's most difficult to break the nail, the iron nail. Therefore, the particles of the iron nail, they are held together very closely by very strong force. And then we see that this same is followed by the piece of chalk with the particles put together by lesser strength. If we apply the force of a hammer on a chalk, we see that the chalk breaks into several pieces. So this shows that the particles are put together with little strength in the chalk. Then we see in the third case, the particles of rubber, they are held together by the weakest forces of attraction, children. We can revise this here, because when we pull the rubber or we beat the rubber, then the particles of rubber, they can be stretched, and this shows that there is weakest force of attraction among the particles of rubber. What conclusion do we draw? The particles of matter, they attract each other. This is clear. Particles of matter, they attract each other, and the strength of this force of attraction, it differs from one kind of matter to another. So this is what we learned in this experiment. Then in another experiment, let us see the compressibility of a gas. In this, we take some gas in a gas jar filled with piston, and if enough force is applied to the piston, then the molecules, they come closer. So first, this was a gas jar and we used a piston, and we see that there is a lot of vacant space between the particles of this gas or the molecules of this gas. But when we lower the piston or we push the piston, we see that the molecules come closer, and as a result, the volume of gas decreases. But in solids and liquids, we see that we cannot compress them because their particles are already close to each other. So these particles, they cannot be compressed further in solids and liquids. Then we can also take the help of kinetic molecular theory to explain the three states of matter on the basis of kinetic molecular model. We see that in solids, first of all, the constituent particles are closely packed, and there are large attractive forces between the particles or the molecules of a solid, and therefore the particles have low kinetic energy and they cannot move from one position to another. Whereas let us revise the state for liquids. In liquids, children, we see that the molecules, they have higher kinetic energy, and there are large distances between the molecules. Therefore, the attractive forces between the molecules are lesser in a liquid. Then we see, children, let's see the example of a gas. And when we come to a gas here, we see that in a gas, the gases molecules have high kinetic energy. Why the molecules of gases, they have high kinetic energy? And there are large vacant spaces between the molecules. Hence we see in this that the attractive forces between the molecules are least in a gas. Then let us study another thing. The kinetic molecular theory can also explain the interconversion of states of matter. That when a solid is heated, for example, when we heat a solid, then its internal kinetic energy increases and the particles, they vibrate more strongly in a solid about their mean position. The particles begin to shake, and this weakens the force of attraction between the particles. So when the attractive force of attraction between the molecules of solid, it decreases, then the molecules move away, and that is why it results into a liquid. The molecules move away from each other, resulting in a liquid state. So we see thus that the heat is needed to convert a tightly bound solid to a loosely bound liquid, and this action is called the latent heat of fusion. Likewise, let us see how we can change the liquid by heating into vapor. In this case, when more heat is applied, the molecules gain more kinetic energy. Molecules of liquid gain more kinetic energy. And on heating, when they gain more kinetic energy, as a result, the number of molecules escaping from the surface increases. From the surface of water, for example, if we take it as a liquid, when we heat the liquid water, then the molecules escape from the surface of water, and eventually a temperature is reached which is called the boiling point. And at this temperature, the atoms have enough energy to escape from the liquid, and these molecules, when they escape from the liquid, they form vapor. Thus, the heat needed to convert a loosely bound liquid to a freely moving gas is called the latent heat of vaporization. Then let us study further, children, and revise the chapter further. When a gas is cooled, then the heat is removed from it, and the molecules, they lose the energy, resulting in fewer collisions, and hence the gas condenses into a liquid and finally freezes into a solid. Let us understand this better with a skill-fill experiment. In this experiment, children, we will see evaporation causes cooling. How? We pour some acetone. Here we pour some acetone or nail polish remover on our palm of our hand, and we feel the palm becomes very cool. What is the reason behind the palm becoming cool? The reason being that the energy needed for evaporation of acetone or the nail remover, this energy for evaporation is taken from the palm, from the warm hand or the heated palm. And by losing the heat, the palm feels cool. What conclusion do we draw? We draw the conclusion that heat from our hand is used to evaporate acetone, due to which our hand feels cool. So children, we have studied, we have revised this chapter up till here in this video. We conclude here and we will revise the rest of the chapter in the next video. So wish you all the best. Have a good day. Thank you.